I was a child star until I learned the truth about my parents. When I was 8, I thought I was living every kid's dream. Cameras, lights, fans, people called me the next big thing, but dreams have cracks when you look close enough. I still remember the night it hit me. I was sitting in an ice-filled bathtub at 1 a.m., shaking so hard my teeth clattered. My mom stood by the counter, flipping through tomorrow's shooting schedule. Again, she said flatly, "The director wants real tears by the second line." My lips were purple. I tried to breathe through the pain. The cold made my voice tremble. Apparently that made the scene more emotional. "Real tears or you're not getting out," she added, still not looking at me. The doorbell rang once, twice, 20 more seconds. My mother muttered, focused on her stopwatch. Then the pounding got louder. "Mrs. Carter, Child Protective Services, we need to speak with you about your daughter." The stopwatch fell from her hand. My heart stopped too. She yanked me out of the tub, shoved a towel in my face. "You know what happens to kids who can't keep secrets?" My father's voice came from behind, sharp and dark. "Remember the basement?" A woman stepped into the room. Short hair, calm eyes, a badge clipped to her jacket. "I'm Melinda from CPS. A production assistant sent us some concerning footage from yesterday's shoot. Bruises, long work hours. We just need to make sure she's okay." Behind Melinda, my mom smiled sweetly, but her hand moved across her throat. A silent warning meant only for me. I switched on my commercial smile, the same one that sold cereal, sneakers, and lies. "Everything's wonderful. I love acting more than anything." Melinda raised her tablet. "Why are there rope marks on your wrists covered with makeup?" "I have eczema," I lied smoothly. "It's genetic. Makeup helps it look at her on camera." She swiped to another video. "This one was taken at 2 a.m. You look exhausted. Night shoots are normal," I said quickly. "Totally professional." "You're 10, she said softly. "Why aren't you in school?" My mother jumped in. "She makes more money than most doctors, honey. Do you think Einstein wasted time on cursive handwriting while changing the world?" Melinda didn't even blink. "I'd like to see her schoolwork." My dad laughed coldly. "School's for kids without talent. Books don't pay the mortgage." Melinda's jaw tightened. "I need to speak with your daughter alone." "Absolutely not," my father barked. "We don't leave her with strangers." Melinda held up her badge. "Refusing means I'll need to involve law enforcement." Mom twisted my wet hair like she was rating it, but it hurt. "Of course, sweetheart," she said to Melinda, her voice sugary sweet. Then, quietly to me, "Dead careers don't get callbacks." They left the door slightly open. I could see my father's shadow just beyond it. "Can you read this consent form?" Melinda asked. I stared at the paper. "I love reading," I whispered, because that's what normal kids said. "Can you write your name?" I tried. The letters wobbled, meaningless shapes. "Everything's perfect here," I said louder, hoping they heard. Melinda leaned closer. "I'm going to ask your parents to give us full privacy." My father stormed in. "You can't." "I can," she said firmly, "or I'll call the police. Your choice." They hesitated, then stepped out. Melinda closed the door all the way. The sound felt like the end of a scene. One life fading, another about to start. "Show me where you sleep," she said. I showed her my room. Posters, trophies, bright lights, all fake. "This is pretty," she said quietly. "Now show me where you really sleep." The truth clawed up my throat. My chest hurt. My legs trembled from the previous night's wire stunt. "The car," I whispered. She followed me to the garage. I pointed at the back of our SUV. There, between the equipment bags, my pillow was a pile of costumes. My blanket was a cargo net. I used to stare through it during long drives, watching the world I wasn't allowed to live in. Melinda took photos. My stomach twisted. I knew I'd pay for this later, if there was a later. Within an hour, a doctor arrived. My parents paced outside, yelling into their phones, probably calling my agent, screaming for damage control. The doctor examined me. "These shoulder muscles are torn, wire work too early, chemical burns from hair dye, and she's malnourished." "When did you last eat a full meal?" he asked. "They measure my waist every morning," I murmured. "If it's under 20 inches, I get breakfast." My ribs told the rest. Melinda scrolled through my old footage, freeze framing on my shrinking frame between seasons. "This is systematic starvation," she said grimly. "Do you have friends? Ever hang out with other kids?" "Other kids don't understand call times," I said. "My parents say civilians make you lazy." Each truth felt like failing an audition. Melinda stepped out to confront my parents. I could hear everything. "She can't read because you never sent her to school," she said sharply. "She's covered in injuries." My father's voice exploded. "That ungrateful brat is our meal ticket. We built her career from nothing." Melinda didn't flinch. "She's a child, not a business. She's an asset," my mother hissed. "We own her image, her earnings, her future." "You're admitting to exploitation," Melinda said. My father laughed bitterly. "Let her try surviving without us. See how far she gets without her managers." Then came my mother's voice, calm but venomous. "One overdose and we'd own her estate forever. Child stars are worth more dead than difficult." That's when Melinda grabbed her phone. "You're never touching this child again." But then something changed. My father said something I couldn't hear clearly, and Melinda froze. Her hand stopped dialing. And in that silent moment, I realized they'd found a way to make her hesitate. And just seconds later, I was on my knees, begging her not to drop the case. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. And tell me in the comments, what country are you watching from?